Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. This is AutoSprite version 3. This is a tool I've been working on to help with game development of AI sprites. These are AI videos that have been created from AI characters that have been transformed into AI sprite sheets, and then we've now got these characters into a sort of demo prototype testing game that I've been using to sort of play test and trial and refine the workflow. I think I've got it to a very nice place at this point, and in today's video I'm going to be taking you on a walkthrough through of all the AutoSprite version 3 features. It has API use available. You can drive this agentically. You can also take control in the web control panel, and you can modify animations, create basically anything you want. Let's dive in. So here's how to create characters and animations with AutoSprite version 3 over here in the Sorceress game creation suite. I'm going to be using AutoSprite version 3 from the Sprite suite. Step 1 is to create your character on a nice green screen background. You can use any of the available image generation models. I've been favoring GPT Image 2.0. You can also upload your own image if you already have a character that you want to work with. Click your character to open Animate Studio, and then describe the animation that you would like to create and choose Generate. You can use Grok Imagine 1.5, WAN 2.7 in case you need anything uncensored. And I've also added in Kling 3.0 for motion matching from other animation. And so here we have our kick attack animation. Here we've got a punch animation. And here we've added a ducking animation. One thing I want to show you is how to actually create multi-state animations. So let's say we wanted a duck that was also a ducking punch attack. I'm going to open this video and I'm going to find a part in the frame where the character is in a ducking position. I'm going to use a new animation from this start frame. On the left, I'm going to select the new starting position, and I'm going to prompt the animation that I want. So here we have our kick animation that starts from that kicking starting pose. Good if you're doing something like a combat fighting game. And I also wanted to show a feature because this animation, as you can see, actually goes out of frame. This is a pretty common problem when it comes to doing AI 3D generation. So I built a solution for this. Under start poses, you can choose the start pose that you want to recalibrate the canvas size to, and then choose a different aspect ratio to have additional canvas added to the top or to the right or left or bottom of your character image. So if you need to create a jumping animation, what you can do is set that new starting pose with taller canvas, and this makes it a lot easier to keep your animation within its frame. This is something that AI video generation can sometimes struggle with, so AutoSprite has a feature to compensate for that. Additionally, not all animations come out exactly how you want them to, so you can actually really quickly select multiple animations to regenerate a batch of animations and then choose your favorite. It's very cheap to generate animations, and I actually recommend a nice short 2-second clip. So each one of these maybe costs 5 or 6 cents per animation. Very cheap, so you can generate a whole bunch for certainly under $1. You can probably create an entire character set. And so it's easy to come up with variations and choose your favorite. Once you have an animation set that you like, it's time to remove the background. I'm going to select all of the animations in this set, and I'm going to click Remove Background using the corridor key cloud option. I can process this on my local computer. If I want to run the local server, then everything is entirely free. There's also a chroma key removal option, but corridor key now supports green screen and blue screen background removal. In this case, I'm going to go for a 512 pixel frame size, and I'm going to extract every second frame. I can tweak this later if I want. And now we have beautiful background removals for all of our animations. I can make modifications to the frames by clicking in. So in this case, maybe I want to subtract a few frames from the end where the character sort of recoils. And when I'm happy with my animation, I can actually download an individual sprite sheet right here. And here's a look at our sprite sheet. We can see actually if we get really close that green screen has been nicely removed. Additionally, some animations like this jump animation may have multiple states that you want to utilize in your game. So these frames might be the jump start. I can right click that, add tag, jump start is the middle of the animation, the airborne state. I'm going to add the airborne tag. These tags can be whatever I want them to be, and I can adjust how they play back over here. So I'm going to loop, ping pong, and reverse and set the airborne state to 5 seconds so the character just has some animation while they're in the air. And then we have the landing state. When I export this sheet, it will download that JSON information that can communicate with my AI coding agent to set up this animation exactly as I need it to without the extra frames that I don't necessarily want. Another very handy feature, if I have a character that's already set up with a bunch of animations that I want to reuse on a different character, I can select all of those animations and then copy prompt data, open up the character that I want to copy those prompts to, and simply paste all of those animation prompts and do a mass generation of all of the different animations to my new character. If you're using a different start pose, you can actually select all of the canvas variations or the start pose animation variations. Additionally, all of my animations are organized by their starting pose. So if I wanted to select all of my crouching pose animations and copy those prompts, and then select my starting pose for my new character that I want to paste those prompts into, I can easily do that. And this makes it easy to create our multi-state animations for multiple characters. So finally, from here, once I've got all of my animation frames set up the way I want them to, I can actually select everything, and then I can just download the entire pack of animations right over here. That includes all the JSON information and everything that you configured in the sprite frame analyzer. You can also toggle to download with the audio that gets generated along with the animation. And oftentimes it's a perfectly synchronized audio to specifically the animation that you're trying to create for your game. Additionally, AutoSprite 3 is available in the Sorceress API, so I could actually agentically ask my coding agent to do all of these things for me. So throughout AutoSprite 3, there will be little options like this job ID or this individual animation ID right here. So you can copy this and send that to your coding agent. You can say, pull this character along with all of its animations, all of its JSON information, everything that you set up, and you can pull it into your game and actually have your character be set up. A really good thing is to name your animations after exactly what they do: hit reaction, jump kick, jump punch, various things like that. And then your coding agent will actually be able to string these together, usually without very much additional guidance from you. Let's go ahead and do that. So for the agentic coding part, I'm going to be using my own Wizard Genie AI game engine, which is available in early access if you want to try it out yourself. It integrates with Claude Code, with GPT Codex, with Cursor, with Z.ai. It's got a bunch of BYOK models. You can use it to run open source local coding models on your computer: Olama, OpenRouter, OpenCode, Kilo Gateway. So Wizard Genie is really a non-favoritism type of coding agentic platform geared around game development. And in this case, I'm just going to paste in my job ID, and I'm going to ask the coding agent to set up my new character into the game. Gentlemen and ladies, this is AutoSprite 3, available from the Sorceress Game Creation Suite. Today we're using the Wizard Genie AI game engine, and you can use AutoSprite to create characters, animations, backgrounds, props, anything visual that you need in the 2D games development pipeline.